Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hashtag 135. My name is Alexis Appleby, and I will be your host today. Along with me is Mr. Craig Bland. Hello, Mr. Bland. How are you today?
Feeling lonely today because we don't have the other Craig here today.
I know we're not
to join
Craig
us.
squared right now.
I know, it's Craig alone.
But that's okay. We've got someone better to replace him today. Hopefully he doesn't listen to this podcast.
I'm surprised we're allowed to be in here without being monitored.
And that's just one.
We're fine.
That's just more time, airtime for the two of us,
right.
Alexis.
Now
and
we
for
get
our
to
guest.
speak. We get to speak.
Right.
And our guest today is Mrs. Kristina Unverfehrt. She is our special education supervisor. So we want her to actually speak this, whole time.
Okay.
Mr.
Welcome, Kristina.
Hi,
He's a
thank
chat.
you.
Can we get
Thank
some
you
applause for
having me on.
Kristina?
We sure can.
And the crowd roars.
We have lots of buttons, so I can press these throughout the whole time. This one, I don't get to use this as much, but I really want to.
Oh, you'll probably get to use that today.
That's one of my favorites.
Especially when it's on cue, but that one really wasn't. But anyway, back to Mrs. Unverfehrt. How long have you been in the district?
I have been in the district 10 years. This is my 10th year. This is my second year as special ed supervisor, and I started as a special education resource teacher and did that up until doing this.
Gotcha. Do you miss the resource teacher?
I do. I started at Lincoln when Lincoln was still a thing, and Mr. Brentlinger was the principal. And he kind of reminded me of everybody's like grandpa.
I've got to meet him recently.
He just was like that. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know if he would love me saying that, but
That's a compliment.
like he would get on the intercom and tell like cow jokes and tractor things because
I
he was a
love it.
farmer, but he was also into show tunes. So that was like a fun
I love it.
combination.
A well-rounded individual.
So I started at Lincoln, and I actually started as only teaching half day, and I was an individual aide the other half of the day.
That's right.
For an
I
early
know that.
childhood kiddo.
Okay.
And then the following year, I was half day at Lincoln and half day at Schiller. So I have been, and I've been at Jordan. I have been in
She
every
worked for
building.
me for several years.
Gotcha.
She was an excellent
didn't know
resource
that.
teacher. Yeah.
That's why I love this, podcast, because I learn a lot about a lot of people in the district, and I feel like you do too. Things that you might not
things
have
that we
known.
didn't know about
Yeah.
individuals.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I
Yeah, I hated to
absolutely
see her
loved it.
leave Jordan because she was an excellent teacher.
thank
But
you.
she's sharing her expertise with others, many others now.
Yes.
in the
Everyone.
district.
Yeah.
And Alexis, I don't know whether you know this, but Kristina has kind of lived all over the United States. She's an military
A lot of my life overseas, actually.
military brat.
I didn't know that.
So why don't
Grew
you
up in
tell
an
us a
Air
little
Force
bit about
family.
your
Yeah.
upbringing and
Yep.
where you live?
So I grew up in an Air Force family. I was born in Germany, lived there twice, actually. I went to high school in Hawaii. I lived in Missouri twice. I've lived in Minot, North Dakota, Biloxi, Mississippi.
Wow.
I met my husband online.
Okay.
And ended in, 14 years ago.
Really?
So, so we were dating long distance, and then he proposed, and I moved out here, did my student teaching, and now I'm never leaving again because they have a family business.
Right. Wait,
Yeah,
so
so
he's
she's stuck
from
here.
here.
He is from Hoyleton.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Yes.
that's what brought you
Yeah.
here to this area
Yes.
after being all over the place.
And that
Correct.
probably is nice after all of that moving around.
It is.
And it was great.
Right. Because I never,
experience
this
and-
sounds like you do your wah-wah, but I've never really had like a home.
I can't do it for that. That's going to
No,
make
that's
me
too
sad.
sad.
No.
It was awesome. I loved moving around.
Yeah.
But like it's the best of both worlds because I got to do all that moving and now I get to have some roots.
And Kristina, in addition to being married just in the past couple of years, has added a new family member.
Yeah.
Miles.
got
Mr.
to meet him.
Miles.
Yep.
Yeah, Miles is how old
He's
now?
a year and 5 months today.
And he is energetic.
He is.
He's like his parents,
He
right?
gets that from me and Adam, yes. Yeah. He does a lot of running around and it's fun.
We were at the Halloween parade, so we got to meet him. He's
that's right,
dressed up
Kristina
like
was
Yes,
in
he
the-
dragged him around in a wagon at the Halloween
and you
parade.
could tell he was just ready to go. And you said it was past his bedtime too.
Oh,
After we had
he
been
goes
there,
to bed at 6:30.
right? So he was ready to go and get out of that stroller.
So we're talking about physical activity and running around and whatnot. And this is another one of Kristina's attributes is that she is very physically active. She and her husband, they do a lot of hiking and mountain climbing, running, things like that. And she's also a yoga teacher, yoga instructor.
Yeah, I'm a
so tell us a little bit
certified
about
yoga
your travels as far as you and your husband and all the adventures. They just went on an adventure about a month ago.
We just recently drove out to Vail, Colorado for a ski trip.
Nice.
We love to snow ski. Adam is a much more fearless snow skier, so we really don't stay together much. We kind of just go to the top together and I'll meet you down at the bottom at some point. It was fun. Yeah, we drove out there because we had all our skis and equipment, and it's just easier to drive. So that was over MLK weekend.
Yeah, so that was
yes.
just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So where's Miles at when this is going on?
My mom came to visit from Ohio to stay with him.
Nice.
Yeah, for the whole time we were gone.
So just some mom and dad time alone. Yeah. Much needed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you guys do like when you went skiing, snowboarding? Do you guys snowboard too?
No.
Okay.
And that's
Is that
a sensitive.
Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind then. We won't go there. I've never
Skiing
at
only.
home, but not obviously. I've never gone anywhere to do it. I would like to,
It's
but I
off.
probably
I'll
need to
take
do
you.
skis first.
Well, St. Louis has a little place, Hidden Valley Ski Resort.
In Eureka, Missouri.
Yes, in Eureka.
Have you been?
No, but it's by Six Flags.
Okay,
so
that's how you know it.
that's
Then
how I knew it.
So if you ever want to learn, that's a good place to.
All right. Do I ask Adam though, or do I ask?
Oh,
you?
go with me.
Okay. All right.
And when they travel, they do like a lot of like tent. I mean, like
We
you
do a
stay
lot
in
of
a tent,
camping.
Okay.
We didn't
they're
this
very-
time. We in the fall and spring we do a lot of camping, and Miles has gone camping with us.
Has he really?
Yes, in the spring he went camping with us.
Where are some of your favorite spots at?
Smoky Mountains is my all-time
yeah.
favorite place to camp
Yeah.
because you get the mountains without all the elevation.
Right.
That's true.
Because it wouldn't be as cold,
Yeah.
maybe either. Have you gone camping when it's cold, like
We have
snow on the ground?
not
Oh,
the
okay.
snow on the ground.
I don't know if I can do that. Like I like to go camping in the summer or spring, like you said, but when it gets too cold, I don't.
Yeah.
September is probably the latest I've ever gone.
And I don't do a lot of summer camping because
It's too hot.
mosquitoes
Yes.
and I just can't.
That's
So,
true. That could be
Spring and
miserable.
fall.
It
Spring
is
and fall.
hot. So you like tent camping,
We
Mr. Bland?
do.
Tent camping for you too?
I'll take a hotel anytime over
Some
camping.
glamping.
Yeah.
Some glamping.
We do tent camping, but over the COVID shutdown, everyone's doing projects, and our projects was to build a camper. So we bought a cargo trailer and made our own camper.
Awesome.
No way.
Yep.
So then now you can just travel and go wherever you want to and
we
have your
just-
vehicle and your, room right there. How is that with Miles? How does he travel?
He does okay.
He does
we
okay.
have to get out and take breaks,
Right.
Because just sitting for that long for anybody.
Anybody.
But yeah, he does okay.
I'm
And he doesn't
3
really have a choice, though.
Right. I'm about 3 hours in the car, then I have to get out.
Yeah.
That's a long time for me.
Yeah,
to
I'm
sit
probably
down.
less.
Right. See, exactly. Then I would love to ride with you. Because my husband, he's like, yep, we can go 5 hours.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
No,
and
I
I
need to
love
stop.
road trips because of the stopping.
Exactly.
See, I used to be able to get in the car and just drive.
But not.
The older I get, no, I go stir crazy. I have to get out after.
Well, if you have any sodas, you're going to have to get out a lot.
Oh, that's true too.
and
That's
on
true.
road trips, that happens
Well, Mr.
sometimes.
Clark and I are talking after retirement that we're going to, I don't know, rent an RV or
Yes.
something and just see the
Countryside.
countryside.
You could
Take my
really
camper.
Take our
Take
show on
my
the
homie.
road,
Yes.
maybe.
And then wasn't something else that was suggested that people pick where you guys go? Like all these
Oh
different
yeah,
festivals?
like where in the world are
I've
Craig
got
and
one
Craig?
for you.
Right, Craig Squared?
Yeah, yeah.
I've got your vacation.
Where?
Where are we going?
Burning Man.
Oh yeah,
It's for art.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
That's their first destination.
That would be very
all about
interesting.
the
Let me
art.
tell you.
Please record the whole thing.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, speaking of Burning Man, no, just kidding. No, when we were talking about, you being very healthy and fit, something else that Kristina has kind of organized for the whole school district is our health challenge that we're all doing.
Yep.
Mine is probably on the lower end, but that's okay. I'm growing a little bump.
I
She's
love that
preggers.
you're doing it, though.
I'm trying. Like
Yeah.
I try to watch my added sugars. some days, and then make sure I eat a lot more vegetables and fruit just to mark it on there. But I know I'm not going to make it up there because I'm not losing any weight right now.
Perfection is not the goal. It's just about trying.
Exactly. So are you the one that started all this?
I am.
That's what I thought. And then she sends us, there were some types of food that we could have purchased from Aldi that were some good recommendations.
Don't get me started on Aldi. I love it so much.
Yeah.
In fact, anytime I run into someone at Aldi, I end up practically giving them a tour of Aldi because I'm like, here's all my favorite things.
And they're all good health, like, low calorie, probably low added sugar and things like that, good healthy snacks.
Yeah. Awesome.
And let's see, I had something else I wanted to ask you and not throw you off because I said no crazy questions, but where is your most favorite place that you have traveled? That was on my list.
As an adult, my favorite place would probably be Teton National Forest in Wyoming.
Okay. Now, why is that?
We drove out there a few years ago. And did a lot of hiking, and that trip is when we decided to make a camper because we loaded down my little Subaru with one of those big snail car top carriers, and my poor Subaru was so close to the ground, and it actually caught on fire on the way out there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, because it was...
We had made it to
overdrive?
Boonville, Missouri, and my husband we also had a luggage rack on the back because we were doing a lot of camping, so we needed a lot of stuff.
Right, exactly.
And he had put a toolbox back there and pressed it right up against the exhaust. He's not going to love that I'm telling this story. So there's a lot of electrical tools in there with a lot of heat being applied to it. So the back of my car caught on fire when we were at a rest area in Boonville.
Oh, my.
And so we come out of the bathroom and the back of my car's in flames and people are dousing it down with their water bottles.
Oh, my gosh.
We probably
That's
sat in the
crazy.
parking lot an hour contemplating whether to continue because it
Right.
was still drivable.
Right.
And it all smelled like burnt, horrible batteries.
Right.
All his Milwaukee tools. And we just
Finished
gave
the
ourselves
trip.
an hour to be upset. And then we were like, we're taking this trip. And we went.
And that's good because then you would have regretted not going.
for sure.
But still, even in that sort of
But
circumstance.
that was our favorite trip.
Is it because of all of that happened?
Yes.
That's your most memorable trip. Well, I love it. Well, Kristina, thank you for joining us today on our
thank you for having
podcast.
me.
Yeah, I know it took us a little while to get here, but I'm glad.
okay.
I'm glad to have you. We want to thank all of our listeners that have joined us today. Also, we want to touch base. We are I think we're over 60 something subscribers, right?
Yeah, and I think that had something to do with the
Wow.
fact that I was going to run over the overpass, which when it
when's
gets
that
warm,
supposed to happen?
when it warms
When it
up, I'm going to do it, and we're going to have the Centralia Police Department that's going to escort me over, and I'm hoping to carry a torch or something.
I hope so too.
Where
As
are
I-
you starting? Like at the very bottom and just
probably
doing the-
Burger King, and then
Yeah.
going over and I'll end up, let's see, maybe at the new coin shop, Mr.
Yeah.
Griffin's coin shop there. Maybe if I could make it.
You'll make
I may be
it.
crawling by then.
You can
but-
do it.
So if you want to see that, or I'm trying to figure out some
When?
challenge for Mr. Clark as well.
Oh.
Maybe he can run with me. So
Yeah.
keep.
I have your challenge.
What is
and
it?
I don't remember what this is called, but there is some sporting event where a man is supposed to carry his wife. But you guys could do that together and do that over the bridge.
He's carrying me. I'm not carrying him.
Yes. Do we need to run this by him, or should we just make this the new challenge?
Well, he
well,
kind of
he
threw the
let
other
us
one
be
on
in
me.
here alone today, so I think we're going to get to make that.
There has to be something that he does
With you on that same day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to see Mr. Clark do something outrageous, please
You're going to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
So let's aim for, if we're at 60, 80,
Okay. All right.
20 more subscribers. So I know you're out there listening to us, and if you want to see some old guys do some crazy stuff, subscribe, please.
Please do.
Kill
do it.
ourselves.
That's going to be the
Injure
title of their video.
ourselves.
Old guys doing crazy.
Like I said,
People
I'll
are
be
gonna watch
crawling
it.
by the end of this if I make it over the overpass. So
Should we said when it
we have
gets
to roll
warmer,
down.
Do we want to do it in April or have this like a big May event, like end of the
I don't
school
know.
year?
It could be like an end of the year celebration.
Yeah, I'm thinking end of the school year,
And then if I collapse, then at least I've made it through the school year, and they won't have to look for another principal until over the summer.
All right.
All right.
So our listeners, It will be in May sometime, an end of the school year event.
Please.
Yep, we need 80.
Because I'm already doomed.
Well, thank you all for listening. And
Thank you, Kristina, for being here.
Yes,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
having me.
And we'll see you next time on #135.